Well, welcome to practice. This week, what I've been kind of contemplating within classes is how powerful assumptions can be, and how the way that our brain works, right? We're constantly creating patterns in our minds. Our minds are constantly trying to draw conclusions to understand the world around us. And that can be helpful in terms of survival, but I think also there's many times when our brain jumps to a conclusion, which leads us to move through the world just living by assumption. And so when it comes to our relationships with others, I think we've all been the person who has made an assumption about someone else to find out that that isn't true. And I think we've all been on the other side where we've had an assumption made about us. And that turns out to be incorrect. So making assumptions about other people, having assumptions made about us, creates this barrier between actual real connection and true connection. And I was thinking about, well, if assumption can be so powerful in terms of creating this barrier between people, how do we counteract that? And what I started thinking about was asking questions, right? Curiosity is the counteract to assumption. And so I think this practice really helps to set the stage for this, for offering us a place where we can be really curious and compassionate towards ourselves. And then over time, we get to take that off our yoga mat and reach that into every interaction that we have. But giving ourselves the space to pause and leave room for curiosity and asking questions gives us the space to make an actual connection to someone and to see beyond the exterior, to recognize that each human is a story with many, many chapters that we don't know about and many unwritten chapters to come. And that we have the power to breach that gap a little bit if we choose to reach deeper. So that's what's been on my mind this week. But we'll be starting in Shavasana. So go ahead and lie back, get comfortable, get cozy. Take a moment to settle in, adjust your body. And as you're ready, allow your eyes to close. And you'll start by noticing the movement of every inhale and the movement of each exhale. As you begin to feel the sensation of each breath in and the sensation of each breath out. Allow this space at the beginning of your practice to be an opportunity for you to check in, to ask yourself what you need from your practice today. To ask yourself what keeps you coming back to this practice time and time again. Consider what you're seeking through this practice. And as you consider all these questions, leaving space for answers to step forward eventually. Leaving space for that clarity to come, as yoga practice can offer. We slow down, we get still, when we get quiet, makes room for those deeper answers to move forward, move up out of the darker corners of our hearts and minds, into the forefront of our awareness. So starting to deepen each breath in and lengthen each breath out now. Just allow the deepening of your breath to settle you more and more into this present moment. Allowing the steadiness of your inhale and the steadiness of your exhale to wash a sense of calm across your body, feeling a sense of peace and ease travel from the crown of your head all the way down to your fingers and toes. And thinking about how we make assumptions on our yoga mat. We assume that maybe we're not capable of something. We assume that we don't like something. We assume that a practice will feel a certain way or go a certain way. So today, maybe we commit to setting that aside, setting assumption aside, and being curious as we move across our yoga mats. And curiosity lead the way and guide us through each and every shape. Bringing one or both hands to your heart. We'll take 3 rounds of clearing breath to get started. Go ahead and take a really big breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale to release. A deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale to let go. Then just one more time, deep breath in through your nose. And a cleansing exhale all the way to empty. And then take your time to make your way into a full body stretch. Allow your hands to stretch up and overhead. Take a moment to reach to your toes. And then when you're ready, start to bring both your knees into your body. Offering your low back a moment to lengthen. Take a big breath into your lumbar spine. As you exhale, let your knees drop over to the left into a gentle twist. Just take one breath in. And one breath out right here. In slow motion, start to bring your legs back to the center line as you inhale. We're just going to do a simple switch. Knees will drop to the right, gentle twist as you exhale. Take one slow breath in. And one slow breath out. And then this time, as you bring your knees back through center, we're going to keep your knees bent, but place your feet down to the earth. And then reach just your right leg to the sky for a hamstring stretch. Reach around your leg with your hands as your fingers interlace. You're going to point, flex, and circle out your right ankle. Just make sure you go both directions with your ankle circles. And then reach your right heel high to the sky. Take your hands to interlace behind your head now, elbows nice and wide. Pull your navel to your spine, really root down with your left foot. And on your breath in, you're going to slowly start to lower your right leg down towards a hover. So starting to light up your center strength, feeling the power of your core. And on your exhale, you're going to bend your right knee into your body like a little bicycle leg and twist left elbow to right thigh. On your inhale, send your right leg forward to a hover again. Bring your heart back to center. Head and shoulders can be lifted or lowered. And then same thing, on your exhale, bend your right knee into your body and twist your left elbow to your right thigh. Push to your left foot. And then one more time, inhale, right leg goes forward, heart comes back through center. And on your exhale, bend your right knee in, twist your left elbow across and pause. Now keep your upper body twisted to the right, keep your right knee hugged in. The only thing you're going to change is send your left leg forward to a hover. And you have the option here to reach both hands forward to the front right corner of your room. So reaching to the outside of your right thigh. Maybe your core lifts both shoulder blades off the earth. So you hold for 3, 2, And one. Go ahead and bring both knees to your chest, let your head and shoulders relax back. Just take a big breath through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. Then a hamstring stretch second side. This time lengthen your left leg up to the ceiling. Bridge your right foot to the earth. And then reach your hands around your left thigh and interlace your fingers to pull your left leg towards your body. Then again, you can point, flex, and circle your left ankle, rotating in both directions as you take one more cycle of breath. And lift and lengthen your left heel to the sky, feeling that stretch reach down through your calf muscle. Take your hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Begin to pull your navel super tightly towards the earth, core super strong. And on your inhale, left leg's gonna lower slowly. And as your left leg lowers to a hover, your front ribs draw in. With your exhale, bend your left knee to your body and twist your right elbow to your left thigh. A little bicycle twist. On your inhale, push your left foot forward to a hover. Again, bring your heart through center. Again, your head and shoulders can be lifted or lowered. And exhale, bend and twist. Left knee comes in, right elbow reaches across. And one more time like this. Inhale, left leg lengthens, heart back through the center line. And on your exhale, bend and twist. And then pausing here, go ahead and send your right leg forward to a hover. So now you're in this true bicycle twist. You can stay here, reach both hands to the outside of your left thigh. And think about lifting both shoulder blades up and away from the earth. See if you can relax your neck and lift just from your core. Think sternum to the sky. Think here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release and relax. Knees to chest. Head and shoulders drop back. Take a big breath in. When you're ready, an open mouth exhale out. Then start to find your way up to tabletop pose, all fours. Just going to take a moment here once your joints are stacked to open the spine a little bit. So with your breath in, find a cow pose. Start to lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And then on your exhale, find your cat pose. Round your spine one time, push the earth away. Allow your head to fall between your biceps. And then inhale back to your neutral spine. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your toes underneath and hover your knees just above the earth into your hovering tabletop pose. Taking another moment to light up your core, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, toes rooting into the earth. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And one more inhale here. And on your exhale, go ahead and find your downward facing dog. Press your sits bones to the sky. Allow your heart to dive towards your toes. See how it feels to reach one heel to the earth and then the other. Taking a moment to allow your hamstrings to open up a little bit more. Then from your downward facing dog, go ahead and breathe into a 3-legged dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, just take a big step forward, right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Maybe help it there. And then lift to your fingertips and find a cow lunge. Left knee's gonna hover, pull your chest forward as you inhale. On your exhale, we'll take a cat lunge, begin to lengthen through your legs, another hamstring moment. And with your next breath in, go ahead and bend both of your knees. Let your left knee lower to the earth, push through your right foot to lift through your heart and hands. We'll take an open arm twist to the right, so let your right hand sweep down and back. Reach your left fingertips forward. Nice and tall through your heart and crown. Take a big breath in, and your exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. If you want to, you can take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and use that to help you rinse and rotate. And then inhale back through center, unwind to face forward, reach both hands to the sky. On your exhale, hands to the earth. Lift your back knee off your yoga mat. Then lean into your right foot, cross-legged forward fold. Take your left ankle behind your right. Let your knees bend and let your head hang heavy. So for cross-legged forward folds, allow your toes to not line up. It doesn't matter if your left pinky toe is in line with your right pinky toe. And you can allow your knees to bend a lot here. Let your head hang heavy and just take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, unwind your legs, starting your traditional forward fold at the top of your yoga mat. Inhale to a halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, forward fold, release. We'll inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach to the ceiling for the length along your spine again. And exhale, forward fold, hinge to the earth. Breathe into your halfway lift. And every inhale, thinking about length. And then on your exhale, high plank pose, step your feet back. So especially because we're going to be twisting a lot today, a lot of our twists, right, the depth of our twist comes from the length of our spine. So every moment that we can, we think about prioritizing that length from crown to tail. With your next breath in, go ahead and shift forward to your tippy toes. On your exhale, lower all the way down to the earth, all the way to your belly, slow and strong. When you get there, untuck your toes, and on your in-breath, find a low or high cobra, lift the back of your heart space. With your exhale, release back down. And inhale to a low, high cobra or upward facing dog. So low or high or up dog, you choose. And then exhale to your downward facing dog, hips find the sky. And we're going to inhale our left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Big hamstring stretch to your right hamstring, to your right side, and then exhale, left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Breathe into your cow lunge, right knee's going to hover, pull your heart forward and through. And then exhale, cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. Okay, breathe in, bend through your knees, release your right knee to the earth, and then lift your heart in your hands. Follow your exhale to twist to the left, open arm twist, finding that lift and length through your heart. Perhaps your right hand goes to the outside of your left thigh. If you want to, you can even look back at your left thumb to deepen your twist. Follow your next inhale back through center, unwind, forward, reach through your fingertips to the sky, and exhale your hands to the earth. Lift your back knee, find your cross-legged forward fold. So right ankle behind your left. Let your knees bend as much as you need to. And again, let your pinky toes maybe be pretty far apart. You want to make sure you have both your feet completely rooted to the earth. So having four corners of your feet on the ground is more important than if your pinky toes are in line. And when you're ready, start to unwind your legs. So in your traditional forward fold, feet side by side, and inhale to your halfway lift. Again, feeling that extension from crown to tail. As you exhale, forward fold back towards the earth. And then inhale, rise all the way up, reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale back to your forward fold, soft knees as you hinge forward. And inhale to lengthen halfway again, Ardha Uttanasana. We're going to exhale to our high plank pose. Plant your hands, step your feet back. Just take one slow breath in and one slow exhale. Your next inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Your exhale, lower halfway or all the way chaturanga. Open your heart, up dog or cobra, big breath in. And then downward facing dog, hips to the sky as you exhale. So back in our downward facing dog, we're going to build a little bit more onto our flow. So with your inhale, reach your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, take your right knee to your left tricep underneath your body. And inhale, three-legged dog, right leg reaches up and back. Same thing, exhale, right knee towards the left, tricep underneath your body. One more time, inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, right knee, left tricep. This time, inhale, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left knee's gonna hover, cow lunge, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, standing split, lean into your right foot and send your left toes towards the sky. Let your head be heavy in your standing split. Maybe allow your right knee to bend if that feels better for your right hamstring. Take one more breath in, and then cross-legged forward fold. Let your left ankle cross behind your right. Again, bend your knees, let your head hang heavy. You'll just take one breath in right here. And as you breathe out, unwind your legs, traditional forward fold, and into your chair pose, sink through your seat, and inhale to lift through your heart and hands. Good, as you breathe out, open arm twist to the right, sweep your right hand down and back, turn your heart to the right. And with your inhale, chair pose, come back through center. Exhale, second side, twist to the left hand reaches back in space. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, airplane arms, both hands wash back in space. And then lean into your left foot. Maybe start to flamingo your right heel to your seat. And we'll all inhale to rise with our right leg, one-legged Tadasana. Reach up to your heart and hands. Now let's give yourself a moment to find your stability here, to find your balance here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, option to twist to the right one more time. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Maybe left hand to the outside of your right thigh as you twist nice and deep. Take a breath in. And when you're ready with exhale, we're gonna go airplane pose, so a little softness in your left knee perhaps. Start to fly backwards. Right leg goes behind you, both your wings are spread. So your fingertips reach to the back of your yoga mat. Take a full breath in and use your exhale to find your high crescent lunge. Right toes release. Lift your heart and hands as you inhale. And from here, we're gonna prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of our left thigh. It's finding a different twist variation here. If you need to adjust your feet, you can move your feet. If you want to drop your back knee, you can always drop your back knee here. Think about a really strong press through your left heel, upward energy through your back right leg, and finding a lift of your belly away from your left thigh. With all that integration, all that connection, press through your feet. Inhale slowly to a high crescent lunge. Rise up, unwind, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, hands to the earth, bring your left foot. Three-legged dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. And with your exhale, left knee, right tricep cross underneath yourself. Three-legged dog, full breath in, lift, lengthen. Exhale, left knee or right tricep. One more time, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Then inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale your left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Right knee hovers, cow lunge with your inhale. And then find your standing splits as you exhale, push to your left foot. And sweep your right toes up to the sky. Your left knee be bent, allow your head to be heavy. Take one more breath in right here. And cross-legged forward fold, right ankle behind your left. Soft knees, heavy head. You have one inhale into your cross-legged forward fold. And then as you exhale, unwind your legs, traditional forward fold. Begin to inhale to your halfway lift. Then exhale to your chair pose, sink into your seat, weight in your heels, and lift through your heart and hands. Big breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left hand reaches back first this time. Then inhale back through center chair pose. Exhale to the right, right hand sweeps back, heart to the right. And inhale through center chair pose. And then exhale, both hands wash back beside you, airplane your arms. Lean into your right foot. Option to find flamingo through your left leg. We will inhale up to stand with our left leg, one-legged Tadasana. Take a cycle of breath just here at center. Finding your steady. And then you can choose to stay square, or if you'd like to, take a twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. You can pause or maybe right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Growing taller through your heart and crown. Take one more big breath in. And then really slowly, we're gonna go to airplane pose. This is a tricky transition because we're unwinding while on one leg. The softness to your right knee, slow motion, start to fly your left leg back. Reach your arms beside you, feel the forward energy through your heart and crown. Nice big breath in right here. And then crescent lunge. How lightly can you land your left toes to the earth? Follow your in-breath to lift through your heart and hands. And then use the length of your body to prayer twist your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And in that big rotation through your chest. Take an inhale. Stay here as you exhale. And then big push through your feet. High crescent lunge, inhale to rise and reach up. Then your exhale, high plank pose. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Inhale to shift forward, and exhale, chaturanga or down dog. So option to flow, option to skip it, and just find down dog. But we'll all meet here together. Either pausing in your down dog for 3 breaths, or taking a child's pose for 3 breaths. Think about slowing down each inhale and slowing down each exhale. Okay. So we're going to continue building this flow. So continuing to twist deeply, challenge our balance, and then we'll see how much time we have left at the end. Let's start right away in downward facing dog. Go ahead and tuck your toes, lift your hips if you're not already there. And then with a big breath in, reach your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, right knee to your left tricep, cross underneath your body and pause. Now think about pulling your right leg across you from the strength of your right side body. Stretch your heart forward. Take a slow breath in. And stay as you breathe out. And inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg reaches. Bend your knee and open your hip this time like a dog at a fire hydrant. Option to stay here, option to find wild thing. Maybe your right toe step behind you. You open your heart to the sky. Take a big breath in. Then 3-legged dog. Release your right hand to the earth. Reach your right leg to the ceiling. Then take a big step forward. Right foot to the top, low lunge. Maybe lifting to your fingertips as you find a cow lunge. Left knee is gonna hover. Breathe in, pull your heart forward. And on your exhale, standing splits, push through your right foot, left toes to the sky. Take an inhale here. Option to stay or option for Shiva squat would be bend through your knees. Let your booty get low, find a little lift through your heart at the bottom, and press through your right heel to re-extend the standing splits on your inhale. 2 more just like that. Exhale, Shiva squat, or again, you can hold your standing split. And inhale, standing splits. Once more, exhale, Shiva squat. Be light through your fingertips. And then inhale, standing splits. Your out breath, find your cross-legged forward fold for a moment, left ankle behind your right. Take a big breath in. And then unwind your legs on your exhale, forward fold, traditional forward fold. Breathe in to lift up halfway. And exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, find your strong seat. Lift your heart and hands with your breath in. On your exhale, prayer twist your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. So this time, prayer twisted chair, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Rotate your heart to your thumbs. Strong through your core. Option to spread your wings for a moment here. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. Now as you breathe in, we're gonna rise up to chair pose. Right, lean into your left foot, flamingo your right foot to your seat. From here, rise up into your one-legged Tadasana. Right leg comes with you. Take a big breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. If you'd like to, you can extend your right leg this time, lining up the strength of your right quadricep. You can also catch your right foot with your left hand if you want to. Take a really big breath in. And super slow motion, we're gonna go to warrior three. So right leg's gonna fly backwards. Reach both your hands forward overhead. If you prefer airplane, feel free to go back to airplane pose. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, high crescent, release your right toes and inhale, lift through heart and hands. Prayer twist your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Again, option to spread your wings for this layer. Take one breath in and one breath out. As you press through your feet, inhale to a high crescent lunge. Rise and unwind. And on your exhale, hands to the earth, frame your left foot. Three-legged dog, breathe your left leg up to the ceiling. With your exhale, left knee and right tricep cross underneath your body. Pull your navel to your spine. Pull your left thigh up and in. Stretch your sternum a little bit further forward. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. Three-legged dog, pulling from your strong center, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Stay, or perhaps your wild thing, you might lend your left toes behind you and open your heart to the ceiling. Take a nice full inhale here. And then with your exhale, begin your journey back to your three-legged dog. Left hand's gonna land. Lift your left leg to the sky with your inhale. And step your left foot forward as you exhale. Right knee hovers, cow lunge, catch your breath with a deep breath in. And then standing splits is your exhale out. Lean into your left foot, right toes to the sky. Take an inhale at the top. Option to hold here or Shiva squat as you exhale, sinking through your seat. Good, two more like that. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, Shiva squat. And you can always get light through your fingertips for extra challenge. One more round, breathe into standing splits. And exhale for your Shiva squat. Really powerful press through your left foot. Through your standing splits, you'll find your way to cross-legged forward fold. Right ankle behind your left. Dive down, take a breath in. And then unwind your legs. Traditional forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale to a halfway lift, find that extension again. And exhale, chair pose, sink into your seat. Breathe up through heart and hands. Navel to spine, front ribs in. Prayer twist your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh this time. Watch that your right knee doesn't try to sneak forward. Maybe let your booty get a little bit lower. Then that power at your center to twist you to the left. If you want to, you can spread your wings open. Take one more breath in. And one more exhale. As you unwind through center chair pose, breath in. Lean into your right foot, option to flamingo your left heel to your seat. We're going to rise up, one-legged Tadasana, push through your right foot. Lift with your left leg. And as you twist to the left, your left hand reaches back. Right hand reaches forward. Maybe extend through your left leg. Maybe catch your left foot with your right hand. Whatever standing twist variation is interesting to you. We take one more deep breath in together. Good, and then exhale, warrior three. So take all the time you need to sweep your left leg back in space. Remember, you can either reach your hands forward for warrior three, or you can send your hands back beside you for airplane. Take a deep inhale. And crescent lunge with exhale. Soft descent, you rise and reach up. You're going to find your prayer twist towards the right next. So go ahead and hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Strong with your legs. If you'd like to, spread your wings open for a moment here. Really powerful through your left leg. Energetically widening through your hip bones. Inhale to your high crescent. Rise and reach tall. Then your exhale, high plank. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. Take an inhale to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Listen to your body to move through what feels true for you. And then from your downward facing dog, take a big breath in, lift your heels high. And on your exhale, shift forward, high plank. Take an in-breath here. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly, this time all the way down to the earth. Untuck your toes. Inhale to a low or high cobra. And with your exhale, release. Good, inhale to a low or high cobra, or option to reach your hands out in front of you, like your warrior three. Imagine you're holding a yoga block over the crown of your head, reaching it out towards the front of the room. Thumbs to the sky, feel all that strength at the back of your heart space. Lifting for one more big breath in. And on your exhale, release for a little belly down Shavasana. Stack your hands and let your forehead rest on top. Let's take one big breath in. And one slow exhale. And from here, we're going to be moving into bow pose. If you prefer any of the previous variations, like a cobra or that kind of Superman shape, maybe a locust pose, feel free to go there. Otherwise, using the space that we created in our spine from lengthening and twisting, we're going to bend our heels to our seat. Imagine you have a yoga block between your thighs, drawing your thighs to about hip distance apart. Reach your hands back to catch your ankles or the tops of your feet. Collarbones wide, forehead to the earth. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, begin to kick up and back. Bow pose. So finding that hug to center, letting a lift through your sternum, trying to lead with the power of your legs and the strength of your spine. Take one more breath here. And then on your exhale, go ahead and release back to your belly down Shavasana, letting that go. Take an inhale through your nose. And maybe an exhale out of your mouth. Good. We're going to do kind of a funky little shift today. So instead of lifting back up through your seat, you're just going to roll onto your back body here, scooching onto your yoga mat. And once you're on your back body, we're going to find a couple more back bends. So again, using that length that we created through extension and through twisting, working into our heart opening. So Setting up for a bridge pose first, keep your knees bent, place your feet to the earth about hips distance apart. And then go ahead and take a big breath in. On your exhale, press through your feet and lift through your pelvis. Let your shoulders slide away from your ears. Maybe slide your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And as you press to the four corners of your feet, send your tailbone energetically forward and away towards the backs of your knees. Maybe an imaginary block between your thighs again, really similar to our bow pose in terms of shape. Take one more breath in right here. And then on your exhale, slowly lower down. Okay, take a fall-in bridge, let your knees knock together, turn your toes slightly in, heels slightly wide, and just take 3 slow breaths. Okay, after your third cycle of breath, we're gonna set up for bridge pose again. If you wanted to go to wheel pose, you could go to wheel pose, but otherwise we're just gonna go back into another bridge pose. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, lift your hips. Now, if you're staying in your traditional bridge pose, you might choose to interlace your hands underneath you this time, tucking your shoulder blades close together. If you wanted to go to wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana, you're taking your hands by your shoulders, fingertips facing your shoulders, and you'll press your hands and your feet to lift your body into the sky. Okay. So whatever variation you've chosen, take another breath in, and a slow exhale, starting to bring yourself back down to the ground. When your hips arrive to the earth, you're going to figure for your right ankle on your left thigh. An option to bring that whole figure four towards you. Maybe taking a little rock from side to side. And from your figure four, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, when you're moving pose, send your left leg long, bring your right knee into your body. Pausing here, breathe into that connection where your belly and your thigh meet. Let your tailbone stretch forward and away. And on your exhale, find your supine twist. Your right knee is going to tip across you to the left. Heart wide open to the sky. Find 2 cycles of breath. If you want to, you could bend your left heel to your seat and maybe catch your left foot with your right hand, creating another opening to the front body, this time on your left side. Go ahead and release your left leg long if you have that connection between your right hand and left foot. Rolling onto your back body, find a supine tree. Let your right knee fall open wide like a butterfly wing. It can be counterbalance to all that we were doing that was square pelvis, square hips. As you find this external rotation with your right hip, just take 2 to 3 slow breaths, allowing gravity to help encourage openness through your right side. Now keep your right knee bent, just place your right foot to the earth, and you're ready for your figure four, left ankle on your right thigh this time. So as you stack your left ankle on your right thigh, option to keep your right foot connected to the earth, option to bring that figure four towards your body, maybe finding a little bit of movement from left to right. Okay, from your figure 4, you'll move into when you're moving pose, right leg long and left knee to your left shoulder. So when you're ready, start to reach your right leg out in front of you, draw your left knee into your body, lengthening through your spine, getting that counterbalance to the back extension work that we were doing earlier. Full breath in and supine twist with your breath out. You're gonna feel free to bend your right foot to your seat. Maybe left hand reaches down to catch your right foot. Taking a couple of really slow and steady cycles of breath here. When you're ready to release from your twist, you're gonna take your time, reach your right leg long if you have the bent knee variation, rolling through your back body into your supine tree. Left knee is gonna fall open to the left. You can take your hands to your belly, your hands beside you, but taking just a couple slow cycles of breath right here, allowing gravity to encourage that openness through your left hip. And from your supine tree, go ahead and reach into a full body stretch. Let your left leg go long. Reach your hands up and overhead. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees into your body. Continuing to to find a counter pose for what we were doing earlier. We're going to now go into our plow pose. If for you, plow pose doesn't feel true for your body or isn't something that you want to move through this morning, you can also choose to find a shoulder stand, or you can send your legs up to the sky, or you can send your legs up the wall instead. So if you're going to your plow pose, you're going to push into the backs of your arms as you would for your bridge pose and lift your hips up and over you. Now try to keep your gaze looking up to the ceiling, avoiding looking from left to right. Feeling that big lift through your sits bones to the sky. As you energetically breathe into the back of your body, and that big opening through the muscles that line your spine. Now, if you want to move from your plow pose into shoulder stand, maybe your hands hold onto your low back and you start to lift your feet up to the sky. Stretching your toes to the ceiling, continuing to lift your sits bones to the ceiling. Find 2 slow breaths. Option for ear pinning pose next, maybe bend your knees, let your knees frame your face. Just taking 2 more breaths here. Then super slow motion, the strength of your core lowers your hips to the earth. We'll meet in a happy baby pose. So hands to ankles or feet, let your knees open wide. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. Allowing the strength of your glutes to open your knees wide. Take 1 more breath here. And then this time we'll go into our full butterfly, so full Supta Baddha Konasana. Letting your knees stay bent, place your feet to the earth. If you want to take a couple windshield wipers first, maybe tick-tock your knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, you'll bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open wide. Option to bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And then allow your eyes to close. If you want to make this a little bit a more gentle shape, you can scooch your feet forward away from your pelvis. If you want this to be a more active shape, you can bring your feet closer in. But we're gonna end our class in a little bit of a longer Shavasana, but before we get there, we're going to take a 4-part breath, or some people call this a 4 corners breath. But what we'll do is we'll inhale to the count of 4, and then we'll pause at the top of our breath, holding for the count of 4. We'll exhale for the count of 4, and then we'll pause empty for the count of 4. So where you're at right now, if you ever need to adjust the shape of your legs, if the butterfly legs is too much as we're holding here for our breath work, you can always adjust your legs to a fallen bridge or something else. But go ahead and let your current breath empty out of your lungs. And then as you're ready, let your next inhale lengthen to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold your breath at the top for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale your breath out for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hold empty for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 4, 3. Try to relax your body for 2, and 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold empty for 4, 3. Relax your body for 2, and 1. Just one more cycle here. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then take a really deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale to let it go. Then from wherever you are, taking a moment to check in. So you shift back into the natural flow of your breath. You can either stay where you are longer, otherwise start to gather your knees to your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees, curling into a tight little ball. Send a big breath to the back of your heart space, the nape of your neck, all along your spine. And then as you're ready, make your way to Shavasana with your next exhale. Allowing your body to lengthen out. Give yourself a moment to adjust until you feel really comfortable and supported. And then as your eyes drop shut, your head and shoulders and hips sink in. As you relax your arms and legs, if it would feel good to take one more cleansing breath, take a really deep inhale through your nose. Just one more time, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Noticing if your mind has started to wander away. Your attention has started to drift. Just gently bringing all of your attention back to your breath. Back to inhale in and exhale out for one more moment. Maybe tuning back in to the sensations of your body and your breath. Maybe tuning into the subtle sounds around you. Listening deeply to the quiet sounds that wouldn't be heard if you weren't paying close attention. As you deepen your breath and feel this heightened awareness of the more intricate and subtle details of this moment, you can bring one or both hands to your heart again, or just continue to rest in your Shavasana. We'll take this final moment to pause and to recognize the time, the intention, and the energy that you offered to your practice today. We pause in gratitude of the practice itself and the many lessons that it offers us. And we pause in deep, deep appreciation of our bodies and all that they are capable of. So to seal in our practice, let's take one more inhale through the nose. And one more exhale out of our mouths, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our practices serve as our teachers, and guiding us to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for showing up today, taking this time to move your body, and namaste.